fervent hearts we pray for you, Zeta, each day. You've always stood for the right rather than for the might. We will love you ever and forsake you never. When Zeta calls, we'll answer one and all. Zeta, Phi Beta, we love you so. Your very name says our hearts aglow. You're brave, and you will see that Zeta Phi Beta means victory.
On January 16, 1920, on the campus of Howard University, 5 women believed that sorority elitism and socializing overshadowed the real mission for progressive organizations. Guided by a burning passion for change, Arizona Cleaver Stemmons, Pearl Anna Neal, Myrtle Tyler Faithful, Viola Tyler Goings, and Fannie Petty Watts founded our sorority, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Built on the principles of scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood, these women created an everlasting legacy. For the last 100 years, we have set ourselves apart as an agency for community change. While not the first, we are a sorority of many firsts. Through our multiple community programs such as Z-Hope, Elder Care, National Educational Foundation, and many others, we have helped thousands of people gain access to better health care, education, prenatal care, and career resources.
Sora Lexi Allen is a producer, actress, singer, comedian, and television personality. A Midwest soror born in Columbus, Ohio, has a passion for working in the community and carrying the Zeta torch. Graduate of Bowling Green State University in 1989, became a finer woman in Zeta B, where she continues to carry the torch. Across the nation, she continues to host events, and we are excited to have her with us today. Zeta Phi Beta, help me welcome soror Lexi Allen.
Greetings to all my amazing sorors of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, you see it right here, and to our brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated and all of our friends from around the world joining us today. I'm soror Lexi Allen, and welcome, welcome, welcome to the Global Founders Day celebration for Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. I am so excited to be with you once again this year as Zeta Phi Beta celebrates 103 years of scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood. We have gathered together from around the globe to focus on embracing the swell. What is that? I'm glad you asked. That's where service meets worldwide wellness, extraordinary leadership, and of course, legacy. We are excited to have you and many friends tuning in to help us celebrate Zeta as the premier organization. For 103 years, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated has illuminated the way to make a difference in our domestic communities and around the world. Arizona Cleaver Stemmons, Pearl Anna Neal, Myrtle Tyler Faithful, Viola Tyler Goings, and Fannie Petty Watts. They would be amazed that we are still here today, 103 years later, going strong. We are still carrying the Zeta torch and making a difference in our world through our principles and in politics and entertainment and healthcare and journalism, armed forces, entrepreneurship, and I'm telling you so much more. I am Zeta. The last few years have been different for Zeta and around the world, but it is our responsibility to always stand firm. We must continue to get engaged and to be at the forefront of social action and continue to impact our communities for generations to come. So here we are, streaming the 103rd Founders Day of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. This year's Founders Day is monumental, not only for you, my sorors of Zeta, but for the world, as we also celebrate the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Dr. King understood the significance of humanitarian service and the impact of transformative organizations such as ours that could forge sustainable outcomes and ascend our mission to unparalleled heights. We applaud and celebrate a stellar example of liberation, community reunification, and self-dignity. So without further delay, please help me welcome Reverend Shania L. Dillard, native of Baltimore, Maryland, and Dovely Lady of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. As she often says, God did not bring me this far to only bring me this far. Help me welcome Soror Reverend Shania L. Dillard.
Good evening, sorors. I invite you to take whatever posture you assume for prayer at this time, and I invite you to pray with me now. God of all creation, God our Redeemer, God our keeper, God our helper, God our sustainer. We are so grateful for this opportunity to even talk to you in this right now moment. God, we are asking, God, that you would just continue to bless us and keep us in your care. God, we've come with grateful hearts on tonight, God, believing, trusting, and knowing that it's only because of you that we have made it 103 years in this organization, God. That means that's 103 years of sisterhood and 103 years of service, 103 years of scholarship, 103 years of finer womanhood. And God, for that, we say thank you. We're so very grateful for the opportunity to be able to serve our communities and to be able to serve one another. God, we're asking that you would be in the midst of our global celebration on today. God, you have been gracious and kind to have blessed us this far. And God, we believe there's so much more that you have in store for Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. We are thanking you in advance. We are sending our gratitude into the future, believing you for 103 more years and beyond, oh God, so that we can continue to do what it is you've placed us in this earth to do. Now, God, be in the midst of our celebration today, be in the midst of our Founders Day celebration. Keep us all safe. Keep us all blessed. And God, will continue to give you praise, honor, and glory. In the name of the one that I serve, in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Greetings, sorors, brothers, family, and friends. My name is Dr. Denisha Hendricks, your chair of the International Board of Directors. It is on this day, 103 years ago, that 5 women sought out to make a difference on their campus. But little did they know, their idea would change the world. Who would have thought that 103 years later, this divine sisterhood would be blazing trails and impacting communities abroad by standing firm on the ideals of scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood. I truly believe that our 5 beloved pearls would be proud of the legacy they established and the torch we continue to carry in their honor. Thank you for joining us for this 103rd celebration honoring the founding of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Special thanks to our soror, Dr. Denisha Hendricks. Thank you, soror. It was a Friday on the campus of Howard University in Washington, D.C. on January 16th, 1920, when Zeta Phi Beta Sorority was organized, the first chapter of our beloved sorority. It's known as Alpha Chapter. Upon the approval of its charter, it became the first watch this, I'm gonna tell you a story now. It became the first and only Greek-lettered organization founded to be constitutionally bound to Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, okay? People try to do what we do, but they can't do it. Our founders envisioned a sorority that would directly invoke positive change, raise the consciousness for their people, encourage the highest standards of scholastic achievement, foster a greater sense of unity amongst its members, and chart a course of action for the 1920s and beyond. Sorors, please help me welcome the Alpha chapter at Howard University, followed by the president of the Alpha Zeta chapter in Baltimore, Maryland, Soror Nicole Hart.
Hi, my name is Tatiana Carter.
And I'm Lustantia Woody.
And we are sorors of Zeta, Phi Beta, Sorority Incorporated, Quintessential Alpha Chapter.
And we would like to wish all of our sorors a happy Founders Day as we come up on 103 years of scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood.
We are very excited to celebrate this monumental day that was founded on our very own campus of Howard University. We hope you have a beautiful day, sorors, and stay finer.
Good evening, sorors. My name is Nicole Hart, president of Alpha Zeta chapter, where we serve the Baltimore metropolitan community. In Baltimore City, we partner with Baltimore City government as we host the Zeta Center for Older and Active Aging, where we allow older adults to thrive and age in place. Also, we support the Calvin A. Rodwell Elementary School, where we service K-8 and enhancing their reading skills. Additionally, we received a $75,000 grant to assist with our Stork's Nest program. On November the 16th, Alpha Zeta chapter will celebrate 100 years of service to Baltimore City. As we serve in the International Year of the Woman, sorors, let's continue to serve in a finer fashion as we impact our communities. Happy 103rd Founders Day to my sorors of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
But 50 years ago, on Howard University campus, as a number of us strolled up and down the long walk and around the reservoir, Brother A. Langston Taylor thought of the fact that they'd like to have a sister organization at their conclave. And so we say that he fathered the thought, and Brother Charles Robert Taylor served as the inspiration. And we were born on Howard campus with the 5 of us on January the 16th. After a lot of work went into it, it didn't all arrive on January the 16th. But we walked upon Howard University campus, proud of our insignia of Zeta Phi Beta sorority, being the first sorority to be organized as a sister organization to a Greek fraternity. We are actually sisters and brothers.
Brother Taylor visited me in the hall often for the purpose of seeing one of our girls, Sora, Arizona, the Dillard University. And we had a large parlor in which time the girls had their social calls. Sora, Arizona came to my room after giving me the facts as they had discussed them. She asked what I thought of the idea. Somehow I always felt that there should be another sorority, that it would make the seals closer together. So Brother Charles' idea was that this new sorority would be a sister to the Phi Beta Sigma fraternity. He had the idea that our constitution would be alike in part, and that we would be the first national sister brother Greek organization.
And as one of your founders, I will say I'm so thankful to be one of the 5 who are here today on our 50th anniversary. And as we grow in years, may we continue to grow in numbers and in prestige so that others may recognize us not only by our name, but by the fine qualities for which we stand.
In 1920, there might have been just one Tyler sister when Arizona asked us to join the organization. Myrtle and I took a walk around the reservoir to decide which one would be, because we were too poor for both of us to become Zetas. So I asked her, since she was a few months younger than I was, that for her to go on. And she wouldn't listen to that. And she said, well, both of us. So that's the reason we kind of sacrificed what little money we had. And that's why we were those Zetas. Thank you.
Tell you so very much about the beginning, because I'm the baby. Now, I do remember asking Arizona, she asked me would I join the sorority. Now, really, to tell you the truth, I didn't know the meaning of the word sorority. And I said it really wouldn't be a good idea to join this society, because when she told me one of his aims was service. And before I came to Howard University, my parents always did charitable work. So I said, well, now this is good. I want to do something. And I've always had in my heart to do something for other people, even though we were poor. And so I consented to join. And all of the original plans had been made. I just joined.
Hi, my name is Jalea Carr-Cross. I'm an Arcanet with New Theta Zeta chapter in Warrensville Heights, Ohio. My favorite thing about being an Arcanet is the community service and the opportunities presented to create happiness with others. Happy 103rd Founders Day to Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Hi, my name is Lauren Pennington. I'm a prelude with Zeta Nu Zeta chapter in Inkster, Michigan. I love being a prelude because we do a lot of projects and services. I would like to say happy 103rd Founders Day to Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Greetings. My name is Amelia Hunt Burchett, and I am the Regional Director for the Eastern Region. I excitedly greet you on behalf of the Zeta Sorors, Zeta Amikai Auxiliary Members, Zeta Youth Affiliates, and Zeta Male Network of the District of Columbia, North Carolina, the Commonwealth of Virginia, West Virginia, and the United Arab Emirates. On January 16, 1920, right here in the Eastern region, 5 visionary Howard University co-eds united to establish a principled and progressive sorority. They committed to high scholarly achievement, tangible community engagement, and modeled a finer standard. In the Eastern region, where it all began, we pause to reflect upon the individual and collective accomplishments of Zeta women during our 103-year history and honor the work of our trailblazing founders. Our passion for and dedication to scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood continue to grow as the Eastern region forges ahead in 2023, the year of the International Woman. We join International President and CEO Dr. Stacy N.C. Grant and Zetas around the globe in our commitment
to embrace the swell of service, worldwide wellness, extraordinary leadership, and legacy. We will develop and sustain our chapters and auxiliaries to increase operational efficiency. Our health justice community action programs will impact Eastern Region communities by addressing disparities, systemic inequities, and information gaps. The Eastern Region Zeta Amikai will also embrace the swell as they celebrate their Diamond Jubilee, 75 years of friendship. The energy, it's growing. The excitement, building. Our enthusiasm, intensifying. The Eastern Region, home to triumphant founder Pearl Anna Neal, is ready to embrace the swell in 2023. Happy Founders Day from the electrifying Eastern Region. Torches up.
Greetings. I am Keisha D. Smith, Regional Director of the Great Lakes Region and Chair of the Regional Directors. It is an honor to greet you on behalf of our members of Zeta Phi Beta, Amikai, youth affiliates, and the Zeta Male Network of the Great Lakes Region. This Founders Day is such an enormous moment as we celebrate 103 years of scholarship, service, sisterhood, and final womanhood. The vision and commitment of our founders, Arizona Cleaver Stemmons, Pearl Anna Neal, Myrtle Tyler Faithful, Viola Tyler Goins, and Fannie Petty Watts, ensured that our sorority would survive all affairs and experiences by being a strong, effective force within numerous communities for education, social justice, prematurity awareness, and areas to make positive differences. Within the Great Lakes region, we are blessed to have two of Zeta Phi Beta's founders who hailed from Springfield, Ohio. They are Myrtle Tyler Faithful and Viola Tyler Goins, the first Zeta legacy of our esteemed organization. They also provided us their beautiful family members as our sorority sisters. Winona Kidd is the daughter of founder Viola Tyler Goins. Kyra Hardiman, daughter of Winona Kidd and granddaughter of founder Viola Tyler Goins. Deborah Hill, granddaughter of founder Viola Tyler Goins. Also, with recognition of her loyalty and true devotion to Zeta, founder Arizona Cleaver Stemmons was named founder president emeritus at the Boule of 1954 in Louisville, Kentucky. In 2023, under the leadership of Dr. Stacy N.C. Grant, International President and CEO of Zeta Phi Beta, we will continue to carry the torch of our founders through the Great Lakes dynamic states of Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Minnesota, Ohio, and Wisconsin, as this is the year of the International Woman. We are embracing the swell, which represents service, worldwide wellness, extraordinary leadership, and legacy. Great Lakes stands ready to contribute through scholarship efforts, training and development, mental and behavioral health education, safe environment for surrounding communities, and health equity initiatives. We are overjoyed to have the Amikai, our friends, with us on this journey as they celebrate 75 years of friendship and service. We are the power of legacies. On behalf of the greater Great Lakes region, where we know that right now is always the right time to be the best. Happy Founders Day.
The sorority has ever-growing partnerships with organizations like March of Dimes and St. Jude. Together with March of Dimes, our mission is to fight for the health of our babies, moms, and families. We advocate for policies to protect them and to be a voice for proper health care. We proudly support St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital in its commitment to helping children and families fight against pediatric cancers and sickle cell disease. We are honored to have Meredith Repick of March of Dimes to talk about that very partnership tonight, followed by a fantastic interview with a Zeta Dove. Now, Zeta Doves were established during the 2010 Boule, and they are members of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, who have served the organization for 50 plus years.
Greetings to the members of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Meredith Repick here with the March of Dimes, and I'm just honored to be with you as you celebrate your 103rd anniversary, celebrating the amazing work that you do in communities all across the country. It is my pleasure to be with you today and say thank you for all of the work that you have done with the March of Dimes in our over 50 years of partnership together, working for stronger, healthier moms, babies, and families. We cannot do the work we do without each and every one of you. We want to say thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done over the years and that you continue to do to have healthy moms and strong babies. I'm very delighted to celebrate with you the 103rd anniversary of your amazing organization. What you do in communities across the country is so powerful and makes such a huge impact into the lives of families across the country. Our partnership together has allowed us to have healthy full-term pregnancies due to our Stork's Nest program and collaboration as just a wonderful mutually benefited program together. And I just thank you for everything that you've done, everything you continue to do, and everything you will do in the future for moms, babies, and families. And congratulations and happy anniversary, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
I'm Sora Bettina Scott. I was initiated in Baltimore at Morgan State College, but I was a member of the Zeta Interest Group because I was attending Towson State Teachers College. Towson had no Greek letter organizations on campus, so I had to remain in the interest group until I graduated, and I was actually initiated into Alpha Zeta chapter as a graduate member on December 15th, 1963. I am one of the fortunate ones because while I was a member of Alpha Zeta chapter in the early days, all 5 of our founders were alive. And those founders attended as many Founders Days across the country as they were able to. And so I had the privilege of meeting all 5 founders at one or more of the Founders Days sponsored by Alpha Zeta chapter. I think the founders are very proud of the organization they began. In talking to Sora Faithful on a number of occasions after she became a member of Alpha Zeta chapter, she said when they were college students and they organized Zeta Phi Beta sorority, that they had no idea that the organization would sustain itself for all of these years and bring into the organization as many talented and smart and intelligent women as they have. And so she was very proud of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated and the membership, which had grown beyond the original 5 founders and the original first line, that membership line that they sponsored. So she was very proud, and I think she would continue to be proud of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated as we operate now in 2023.
Membership is vital to our organization. Without members, the torch will not continue to burn as a beacon of sisterhood. And it's our responsibility to let the world know about Zeta. Now, that same energy that our founders had is the same energy that we carry today. Members of our organization span this entire world, from east to west, from the United States to Africa to Europe and beyond. So please help me welcome our international vice president, Gina Merritt Epps Esquire, love the name, followed by a look at the international presence of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Greetings, sorors, brothers, family, and friends. I am Gina Merritt Epps, and as we celebrate 103 years of our finer legacy, I am excited to serve as Zeta's International First Vice President. The time is now to embrace the swell of service, worldwide wellness, extraordinary leadership, and legacy. The time is now to retain all talented sorors who contribute to providing premier service to the communities we serve. The time is now to reclaim our sorors and bring them back home. The time is now to recruit extraordinary talent to join the over 130,000 finer women around the globe. The time is now to continue to grow our membership and embrace our ideals of scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood. The time is now to enjoy our 103rd Founders Day. Thank you for joining us as we honor the founding of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Greetings, my name is Imani Prince, and I currently serve as the chapter president for Alpha Alpha A to Zeta chapter in Greater London. As our chapter approaches our 10-year charter anniversary, we invite our sorors across the pond to have a spot of tea with us. And we like to wish our sorors across the globe a happy and joyous Founders Day. See you soon, sorors. Cheers.
I am Theta Epsilon Zeta.
I am Theta Epsilon Zeta.
I am Theta Epsilon Zeta. I am Theta Epsilon Zeta. We are Theta Epsilon Zeta. Theta Epsilon Zeta chapter continues to service the city of Nassau in the beautiful state of the Bahamas. Happy Founders Day.
Aquaba. Breaking news, the gracious ladies of Gamma Alpha Sigma Zeta chapter of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated brings you greetings from Ghana, West Africa. As we are embracing the extraordinary, we are mobilizing with a purpose to serve. Currently assisting with organizing to build a community school in Kumasi, conducting service projects in Nujutsu, and assisting our honorary member Sora and Kuma with building latrines in Jamoro. It truly takes a village, and what better village to belong to than that of our illustrious organization of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. It is with a heart of gratitude that we wish our sorors a happy Founders Day. 103 years of scholarship, service, sisterly love, and finer womanhood. We are truly extraordinary.
We are Pi Eta Zeta chapter in South Korea from the Pacific region, Asia Pacific state.
Celebrating 103 years from the land of the morning come. Happy Founders Day!
Guten Tag, sorors, the ladies of Mu Theta Zeta chapter of Germany, the land of poets and thinkers, bring you greetings on this most finer Founders Day. Founded in Darmstadt, Germany in 1983, our chapter has been the home to many Zetas serving in the military and diplomatic communities. As we kick off this 103rd Founders Day, we are excited to count down to our 40th charter anniversary in July and celebrate as we continue our legacy as one among several of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated's global ambassadors. Have an amazing Founders Day, sorors, and Auf Wiedersehen.
The finer women of Delta Iota Zeta chapter,
the first chapter on the continent of Africa,
in Monrovia, Liberia in 1948, wish our sorors
a happy Founders Day.
This is Beta Alpha Nu Zeta chapter from Trinidad and Tobago, the land of steel pan, calypso, and limbo. Happy Founders Day.
This is Nu Chi Zeta chapter servicing the St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands community for over 35 years. On behalf of the Executive Board of Nu Chi Zeta chapter, as well as the membership, We wish all of our Soras of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated a happy 103rd Founders Day and send you palm tree kisses and sea breeze wishes from Point Udall, the easternmost point of the United States.
Greetings from the beautiful island of St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands. The opulent ladies of Omega Upsilon Zeta would like to send warm wishes to our sorors across the world and wish everyone a happy Founders Day.
I love my Zeta. I love my blue and white. When I joined Z5B, you know I joined just right. I heard her calling out to me. She said, a final woman of Zeta, you were purposed to be. 1920 was the year that the ultimate sorority did appear. It started at Howard University with our 5 girls founded Z5B. I love my Zeta. I love my Zeta and why. When I joined Z5B, you know I joined just right. I heard her calling Zeta Phi Beta, calling out to me. She said, a final woman of Zeta, you were purposed to be. 1920 was the year that the ultimate sorority did appear. It started at Howard University when our 5 girls founded Z5B. I love my Zeta. I love Zeta. When I joined Z5B, you know I joined just right. I heard her calling Zeta Phi Beta. Zeta Phi Beta. The final woman of Zeta, you were purposed to be.
Now let's talk about Zeta Amikai. This auxiliary provides an opportunity for professional women to be affiliated with Zeta and assist the sorority with providing positive and proactive and far-reaching community service, both nationally and internationally. They fully believe in Zeta and our principles of scholarship and service, sisterhood and finer womanhood. We love that. They stay ready to get engaged, and they are celebrating 75 years of friendship with us, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and we love it. Happy 75th anniversary, Zeta Amikai.
Good evening. I am Amika Latoya Seiler, Eastern Region Amikai President. I am beyond proud to help my friends of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated celebrate 103 years. Over the years, the sorority has grown, flourished, and continued to provide assistance and support to women and communities across this globe. Today, as we embrace the extraordinary, we stand with you to reaffirm our commitment to the principles of scholarship, service, sisterhood, and that almighty finer womanhood. We pledge to continue our work with you of uplifting and empowering women and communities everywhere. Now, congratulations. Have an amazing Founders Day. And again, happy 103 years.
What is a Zeta? A Zeta lady is one who understands that she has been positioned to bring to the world added value with everything that she does. A Zeta is a woman who understands the importance of scholarship, academic, and personal development. A Zeta woman is someone who knows that the best way for us to find ourselves, like Gandhi said, is to lose ourselves in the service of others. A Zeta lady is one who understands how, as sisters, we grow together. That when one person shines, we all shine, and that we don't have to do this thing called life alone. A Zeta lady understands that as a finer woman, that we are held to a higher standard of how we present ourselves each and every day. A Zeta lady understands as a finer woman, we understand what is required of us in our daily display of the tenets that our 5 trailblazing founders laid for us 103 years ago. A Zeta lady is simply finer. As I was walking around the campus of Howard University preparing for this celebration of 103 years, my heart was filled with multiple emotions, wondering what the campus must have looked like back in January 16, 1920, wondering what was in the heart and in the stomach with flurries of our founders considering blazing a path where no one else had charted, to have the resolve to know that what was on the inside of them was a divine assignment to be able to create and value add not only to the campus community, but to the worldwide needs of the day. Wow. Walking through that campus, looking at where we have evolved to, and Howard University being one of the beacons in our community, built to educate us and to create communities that cause change. Our founders are a part of that legacy and knew that they could take it a step further with starting what would be 103 years later, the premier service organization on the planet. My heart was overjoyed in knowing that the seeds that they sowed were on good ground, and the support that we received from our brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated show proof that collaborative volunteerism and leadership are some of the keys to creating the success we desire in the world. I walked away from Howard's campus today asking God to continue to order our steps and to give us a chance to create a greater swell of service, worldwide wellness, extraordinary leadership and legacy as only Zeta women can. For 2023, I'm excited to lead our sisterhood forward with the theme of our International Women being our focus. This year of the International Woman, serving and advocating for health justice at home and abroad is critical now more than ever. Coming out of the COVID-19 pandemic, the whole world shifted, and we can see the effects on a variety of ways that we have always been present, from the American Cancer Society, the March of Dimes, St. Jude's, Micah's Voice, Alzheimer's. Everything that we have already touched on has to be considered at a higher level. And when the need is present, Zetas answer that need with service. So our international focus of the woman in every area that we are present around the globe is important to link arms and link aims with our sisters abroad and right here at home, making sure that we're creating the kind of measurable impact that changes communities, that puts food on the table for those in need, that has us checking in on our mental health, that has us working to be the best version of who we are as Zetas help other people excel by also working on being our sisters' keepers so that we can excel to serve. So I'm excited about 2023 and what we will program and do together to ensure that coming out of uncharted territories with this global pandemic, we are at the forefront for serving and advocating for health justice at home and abroad. What do I think the founders would say if they could see Zeta today? I believe that they would be quite impressed with the fact that their vision has extended to 103 years. I think they would be excited to know that we took hold of the charge that they gave us 103 years ago to stand for scholarship, service, sisterhood, and final womanhood. I believe that they also would realize that their assignment was a divine assignment that aligned with the hearts of all the women who understand that as we give service, as we show up to be there for those in need, we truly make a difference. Their idea was to be able to speak out against the social ills of the world, and today we are still doing that. If they could see us today, they would also hope that we focus on how we are our sister's keeper, because that's how sisterhood is lived each and every day. That as we shine and we allow others to shine, we create this opportunity for a potpourri of brilliance to disseminate throughout the globe as a result of our service as final women. I believe if they could see us today, they would be excited about what's yet to come in the hearts and minds of our youth as they grow from girls to pearls. That they would be thrilled to know that our friendship, that we celebrate 75 years of friendship with our Amikai this year, would also be one to shock them, because that expanded the vision that they started 103 years ago. They would also be happy to know that we've included the Zeta Male Network in our programming, and they would ultimately be overjoyed to know that the bond that we share with the brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated is stronger now more than ever. Their vision is being realized through every Zeta woman across the globe. And for that, we are grateful that they blazed a new trail for us to follow, and we will continue to keep our torches up.
I am Danae Johnson. I bring you greetings from the magnificent Midwestern region, the members of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, the Zeta Amikai, the Zeta Youth, and the Zeta Male Network. I am excited to greet you on this Founders Day. I want to deepen your consideration and reflection on this celebratory moment. I lift up the core character traits of the Midwest. These are stamina, earnestness, perseverance, service, and ingenuity. Please join me in reflecting on the life and legacy of a soror from the Midwestern region. None other than triumphant Arizona Cleaver Stemmons. She was born in Pikes County, Missouri in 1898, orphaned as a young child, and raised in Hannibal, Missouri, a small place, 18 to 19,000 residents, where African American people worked with their hands, built communities, and raised their families. Also the hometown of Mark Twain. Arizona Cleaver was raised and nurtured by her community into adulthood. She would have learned about the importance of family and character, community and hard work, service and dreaming. She attended Douglas High School, and a year after completion, in 1919, Arizona Cleaver traveled 885 miles to Washington, D.C., carrying with her the dreams and core values seeded in the Midwestern region to start school at Howard University. On January 16, 1920, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated was founded, with Arizona Cleaver playing a pivotal role. She became the president of the Alpha chapter and served as the first national president. After 5 years at Howard, Arizona Cleaver returned to Hannibal, Missouri. She brought her skills and talents back home to her community, and she began teaching at Douglas High School, her alma mater. She would later move to Philadelphia, continuing to carry with her these Midwestern values and the torch of Zeta. Arizona Cleaver Stemmons is the role model for community leaders and for every Zeta. 2023 promises to be an exciting year of celebration. 75 years of Zeta Amikai, 75 years of Zetas on the continent of Africa, 75 years of life membership. On this Founders Day, let's prepare our hearts and minds to heed the call of our international president and CEO, Dr. Stacy N.C. Grant. We are excited to embrace the swell, to provide service, worldwide wellness, extraordinary leadership, and legacy. I'm ready to meet this challenge, and I hope that you are too, because we are stronger together. Let's embrace the extraordinary. Happy Founders Day.
I am Beverly Tatham, and I have the distinct honor of bringing you greetings on behalf of the Executive Board, Zeta members, Amikai's, Zeta Male Network, and Youth Auxiliary members of the awesome, amazing, astounding, and trendsetting Atlantic region of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, hailing from New Hampshire to Maryland, Liberia, Belgium, Germany, London, and Ghana. Home of Arizona Cleaver Stemmons, Myrtle Tyler Faithful, and Fanny Petty Watts, 3 of our 5 illustrious founders, the Atlantic region has enjoyed a rich legacy of leadership since its inception in 1944. This legacy of leadership includes a record number of historic accomplishments, which includes having the distinction of being home to 10 remarkable women who have served in the highest office of our sisterhood, inclusive of the current international president and CEO, Dr. Stacy N.C. Grant. We are also home of Delta Iota Zeta chapter, which will celebrate 75 years since its charter as the first MPHC chapter established on the continent of Africa by commemorating this important milestone as the Year of the International Woman. On this, our 103rd Founders Day, we pay homage to our founders whose vision and resolve continues to be at the forefront of our philanthropic endeavors under the extraordinary leadership of President Grant, who has charged us to embrace the swell by providing service, worldwide wellness, extraordinary leadership, and legacy. We, the Atlantic region, stand ready to answer President Grant's call to action by being intentional about building sustainable relationships with external partners, mobilizing our members around the urgent social and health justice issues affecting our global community, and honoring the legacy of our 5 illustrious pearls by living our letters. And speaking of honoring legacy, it is with great pride that we celebrate 75 years of friendship with our Zeta Amikais, who have been an integral part of how we provide impactful service and valuable contributions to the world. Our Amikais are indeed one of life's greatest gifts, and we cannot wait to celebrate and honor their friendship and commitment to our mission of our sisterhood. So, happy Founders Day, my sorors, from the awesome, amazing, astounding, and trendsetting Atlantic region, and God bless you all.
Greetings. My name is Shantae Fuller, and I'm the 19th Regional Director of the phenomenal Pacific Region. It is my extreme pleasure to greet you on behalf of the Pacific Region Zetas, Zeta Amikai, youth groups, and Zeta Male Network. It is an honor to be celebrating our sorority's 103rd Founders Day. This year, the phenomenal Pacific Region is proudly celebrating 90 years of scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood. And under our newest international administration, we as a region are embracing the extraordinary, executing it with excellence, and phenomenally living our oath. We are a proud and hardworking region whose passion is evident in all that we do. With every challenge we experience, we rise and come together to do the work of Zeta. As we prepare to celebrate our 90-year milestone, the phenomenal Pacific region will embrace the swell by service, focusing on creating transformational partnerships that benefit the membership, its auxiliaries, and the communities we work in. Worldwide wellness, establishing seminars and workshops geared towards women of color in the areas of mental health awareness and physical fitness. Extraordinary leadership, continuing to develop and actively engage the talents of the region's membership and auxiliaries. And legacy, honoring and respecting the legacy of leadership of the phenomenal Pacific region who were inspired by the 5 pearls. And let us not forget our amazing Zeta Amikai, who this year will be celebrating 75 incredible years of service. Congratulations, and we look forward to collectively impacting the communities together. Happy Founders Day from the phenomenal Pacific region.
Greetings, I am Vicki Pearson, Regional Director for the Southeastern region. It is my pleasure to greet you on behalf of the Zeta members, Amikai friends, youth auxiliaries, and Zeta Male Network of the region that is second to none. On the occasion of our 103rd Founders Day, we are honored to recognize the 5 courageous collegiate women with the fortitude to establish a different type of sorority focused on addressing the issues of the day that plagued humanity in general and the Black community in particular. We are also proud of our connection to founder Fannie Petty Watts, who was born in Perry, Georgia on December 20th, 1899 and attended public school in Savannah, Georgia. 2023 will be an exciting time for Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated as we turn our focus toward the year of the International Woman and advocate for health justice. Our international president and CEO, Dr. Stacey N.C. Grant, has charged us with embracing the swell, which stands for providing service, worldwide wellness, extraordinary leadership and legacy. In the Southeastern region, we will answer the charge by continuing to place among the top producing regions in service, adopting a comprehensive health initiative that addresses the physical and mental wellness of both our members and the communities we serve, investing in training and development opportunities that strengthen the transferable skills of our members and auxiliaries, all while celebrating the legacy of our trailblazing 5 pearls. This year will also be the year that we celebrate the 75th anniversary of our Zeta Amikai, founded in 1948. They are true friends who have been by our side on this journey to positively impact the places where we work, play, and live, and we can't wait to celebrate them in a truly finer fashion. So happy Founders Day from this sensational second to none Southeastern region, and get ready to be amazed.
Happy Founders Day, sorors of Zeta Phi Beta. I am soror Winona Kid.
And when my mother and the founders were growing up, the options for women were very few. And yet they mastered what they could master. And I know my mother and Aunt Myrtle both became teachers. And I know that my mother went on to become a principal of a school in North Carolina. But the options at that time were not very plentiful. And after the World War II, opportunities started opening up, and especially here where we live in Springfield, because it was close to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. And they were in need of anyone that was warm-blooded. And it was not too hard to get a job there. And the people did survive the war, and because of all the work they put into their jobs at the Patterson Air Force Base. And what would I like to see Zeta doing in the next 103 years? I would like for Zeta to have some type of a home for the elderly, for the Zeta members' families, to go to where they know they would be well treated, well loved, and the service would be wonderful. And I think a home like that would be a plus for Zeta Phi Beta. This is Kyra, my daughter, and she's been a Zeta Phi Beta for 49 years. And my niece has been Zeta for 50 years, Debbie Black Hill. And this pillow was made for my mother in 1976, soror goings. And it was blue and white. It's now blue and age. And this is Frances Faithful, was a daughter of my Aunt Myrtle Faithful. She was a Zeta for many, many years, and she passed. And this is her Zeta Phi Beta support sweater. So we are Zeta people.
Hi, I'm Dawn Lewis, and I'm here to say Happy Founders Day to my oh so sweet final sorors of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Congratulations, ladies, on 103 years of scholarship, service, and sisterhood. I am so proud to be a final woman of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Happy Founders Day to my phenomenal sorors.
I greet you today with a word of encouragement. Our theme is embracing the extraordinary. As we embark upon this new year, 2023, 20 means to be perfectly balanced between mind, body, and spirit. it means that we are harmonious. 23 means change, progress, innovation, new beginnings, revolution, and transformation. So when we are going to be embracing the extraordinary in 2023, I'm reminded of a passage of scripture in Philippians chapter 3, verses 13 and 14. And in summation, it states this: forgetting those things which are behind, everything prior to 12/01/2023, reaching, pressing forward to those things which are ahead, pressing toward a mark, toward a goal that is not only attainable, but reachable. We, as the sisterhood of this fine sorority, need to do more and even excel in embracing the extraordinary. What can I tell you? That yes, there will be trials. Yes, there will be moments of pause. Yes, there will be anxieties. There will not everything happen so easily. You may even feel down in your spirit, felt like you don't want to hold on, and there's nothing left to go. But I always am reminded, according to Psalm 121, I will look to the hills from which cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. For those of you that may say, well, my faith isn't that strong, that's all right. I can tell you that if you call on God, he'll answer you. What embracing the extraordinary for 2023 means. It means for us to hold closely, tightly, accept and support those things of Zeta Phi Beta enthusiastically, and look forward to change, innovation, inward and outward transformation that will make us the best sisterhood in the world. Do you want to know what you can do? You need to do your part. Attitude has everything to do with it. And listen, besides, we work better together.
I hope you're having a good time. I am. Next, we welcome another talented woman, Soror Jasmine Morris. Jasmine is a spoken word artist, entrepreneur, and tech enthusiast from Indianapolis, Indiana. And yes, she is a Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated member. Through the arts, she aims to inspire people to live the life they always wanted. She often says, there are many reasons why I write, but the biggest of these is that I was born to do this. When you meet your purpose and figure out your why in life, never let that go. Brothers, sisters, and friends, please help me welcome our sister, Jasmine Morris, followed by an amazing violin tribute to help celebrate 103 years.
Hey, woman. History has always had its eyes on you, woman. From the cells in your soul, Henrietta, to the knowledge of how those cells are comprised, Rosalind, to the gawking of your frame, Sart J, taking credit for your intelligence and cleverness, Catherine. You, my dear woman, are the coal that gets polarized, the heat that makes the steam, and the power that lights this world. And it does not matter to this world that you decompose in pain for their gain, or that you have reached your limit. You are the legacy of young women who dared to dream, who did not get someone else to do it. Women who balance education while experiencing the crushing weight of Jim Crow, segregation, sexism, ensuring the voices of others were no longer inaudible, while still petitioning for their own rights to be heard, to be seen, to be free. You are the awesome, electrifying, greater, magnificent, phenomenal, unconquerable, second to none, and mighty women who continue to fight this fight today, fighting for the right and never for the might. As new issues arise and you may grow weary, you cannot stall progress. You cannot afford to take your flag down, hang up your towel, and call it quits. Hey, woman, don't you know you don't get a break? Time doesn't care about your breaks, your broken bones, your broken homes, your heart breaks, no foot on the brakes. You have to be as reliable as a brand new car in the winter, honey. You must always start. Hey woman, have you scheduled your monthly oil change? Do you take better care of your car than yourself? Car is full of gas, but what is fueling you? What is dueling with you? Is it a seasonal storm that seems to be knocking you off the road? I bet it's that speed limit. Telling you can't go as fast as you need to go. It's a detour that Google Maps did not alert you to. It's an inconvenience. But you are an inconvenience for time. You defy, mystify, optimize time. You push limits. And although every time we push to the finish line, it gets moved. But I don't know how much longer they'll be able to keep up the pace, trying to push you down, make you drown. No one ever told them that pressure makes diamonds and that pressure busts pipes and that this pressure will make them care about your breaks, your broken bones, your broken homes, your heartbreaks, your broken spirit, your journey, your healing process, your empowerment, your strength, and even your pain. Hey woman, don't you know that it's time for your big break? It is time to push your limits. It is time to care, to self-care, to no longer err on the side of caution. It is time to boss up, stand up and show out. Time to reclaim our time, because right now, it's our time, and y'all know when it's our time, we can reclaim our time. Time is never going to be ready for your breakthrough. So baby, you better tell them get ready anyway. Happy Founders Day, sorors.
Charles Robert Samuel Taylor, a member of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, which was founded on Howard University's campus on January 9th, 1914, envisioned a sister organization, that would give life and inspiration to his fraternity. He is quoted as finding the embodiment of that inspiration in his sweetheart, Arizona L. Cleaver, also a student at Howard at the time. It was on one evening, let me tell you a story, in 1919 that Charles took Arizona for a walk along the reservoir, sharing with her his desire for a sister organization of finer and stronger women that would make all men proud. Isn't that sweet? Arizona, excited with the prospect, shared the vision. Now, also her vision with her best friend, Pearl Anna Neal, and along with 3 more intelligent, enthusiastic, and earnest women, built a legacy, a nation, a sisterhood. Phi Beta Sigma fraternity founder A. Langston Taylor worked with Charles to solicit support among the men of Sigma throughout the country. On Friday, let's have church, January 16th, 1920, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Alpha Chapter was officially organized on the campus of Howard University. Amen, somebody. The organizing members wrote the Sigma brother, Charles Robert Samuel Taylor, and founder A. Langston Taylor of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Now, this ignited an undeniable spark, and founders Arizona Cleaver, Pearl Neal, Myrtle Tyler, Viola Tyler, and Fanny Petty fueled a legacy of scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood by their creation of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Help me welcome the president of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, the Honorable Chris V. Ray.
Greetings to the finer women of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Congratulations on 103 years of service to the world. Your impact is felt from the villages of Africa to the halls of Congress right here in the United States. Your continued pursuit of excellence is what separates you from all the rest. Your brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated are committed to standing with our sisters as you change the world, because you are truly our constitutional better half, and that means we journey together forever. Under the leadership of my sister and friend, Dr. Stacy N.C. Grant, I have no doubt that Zeta will not only embrace the extraordinary, but you will achieve heights unimaginable. What I look forward to is working together on issues around social justice, economic empowerment, educational achievement, and mentoring the next generation. We are and will always be better together. To this, we must believe in the extraordinary and the vision of our founders of what can be done when we work together. Again, congratulations on 103 years. Happy Founders Day.
A Zeta lady is strong and determined. I don't have to tell you that. You know that. There is nothing that can stop her. She is seen by all as a leader and sets the example of a true woman of excellence. A Zeta woman demonstrates finer. Being a Zeta means that she can be the very best that she can be. Help me welcome Soror Taraline Campbell, International Chaplain of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Happy Founders Day, my so sweet sorors. Today is not only about royal blue, white, and pearls. It's not just about brunches, galas, and day parties. While each are aspects of our celebrations, I ask that we pause and reflect on why we are celebrating 103 years of Zeta. First, our 5 founders. They were our ultimate example of team building and teamwork, beginning with triumphant founder Arizona Cleaver Stemmons, who took that great lover stroll with our Sigma brother, Charles Robert Samuel Taylor. Seeing the vision, she built a team that formed this great organization and laid the framework of our beloved Zeta. Each founder was instrumental in expanding Zeta, and therefore we honor them. Second, it's the ideals, ma'am. Absolutely. It's the millions of scholarship and philanthropic dollars invested in our communities. It's the service that's been rendered that has made substantial impact within our world. Our world. Zetas have helped people both locally and globally. It's the sisterhood that helps us, keeps us grounded and supported. And of course, it's the day that the world became finer. Thirdly, we deserve to celebrate ourselves, not out of arrogance or haughtiness. Sorors, we know that we have put forth the work in the name of Zeta. We know the untallied hours that we've spent creating, serving. We know the unpaid, or the paid leave, the long nights, the trips taken, the tickets sold, the dollars given that have enabled us to give scholarships, to adopt families, to support women's veterans, to build water wells in the motherland, to get people to the polls, and so much more. We know the committee meetings, the chapter meetings, the Saturday service projects that we've attended. The Zeta train has been moving and we have been on it. Fourth, God has allowed it to be so. Ecclesiastes declares that to everything there is a time and a season. And so it goes on to say that there is a time to tear down and to build up. My dear sorors, God has allowed us to tear down barriers. He has enabled Zeta women to shatter ceilings and build up our communities. Yes, Zetas have helped other people excel and to meet their potential for 103 years. And guess what? We're not done yet. Mind you, we haven't done it under the best circumstances. Our founders and triumphant sorors did it while living in segregation, in Jim Crow, during the Great Depression, during the Civil Rights Movement, and we're doing it now. Again, I say, we're not finished. So come on, soror. We've earned this turn-up celebration. Tonight, we celebrate, and tomorrow, we resume the work. May God bless you. May God continue to bless our beloved Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rochelle Ford. It's my honor to greet you as the 8th president of Dillard University here in New Orleans, Louisiana. As a 1991 initiate, an Alpha chapter, our sisterhood's genesis, it's not lost on me that 32 years later, I have the unique privilege of witnessing young, brilliant women, not unlike our founders, who choose to espouse the ideals of scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood here on our campus. It's our intention at Dillard University and in the New Orleans community to embrace the swell, with my sorors providing service, worldwide wellness, extraordinary leadership, and legacy for the next 103 years. On behalf of the faculty, the staff, and the students at Dillard University, we wish you all happy 103rd Founders Day.
My name is Dr. Tamikia LeGrand, a 2000 initiate into the Rho Beta chapter at Savannah State University and current active member in the Sigma Delta Zeta chapter in Henrico, Virginia. I proudly bring you greetings as the incoming and 9th president of Prairie View A&M University, effective June 1st. As I prepare to take the helm of one of only 2 public historically Black universities in the state of Texas, I salute President Grant's call to action to embrace service, worldwide wellness, extraordinary leadership, and legacy. The mandate is not only true for our sisterhood, but for every leader, especially those endowed with the incredible privilege and responsibility of leading a distinctive institution like an HBCU. You see, I became a Zeta because I share in the fundamental belief of addressing the ills of our society's most disenfranchised over social status. And as such, I have spent my career at the university level trying to apply that same belief into my work as a champion to improve successful outcomes for students who face more barriers than most. Service and extraordinary leadership is at the core of who we are as Zetas. And I could not be prouder to join my sorors in this extraordinary celebration on the anniversary of our sorority's founding. Happy Founders Day, sorors. And I look forward to partnering with you to lay the foundation of 103 tremendous years of service.
Greetings. I am Kenya L. Washington, 21st South Central Regional Director. As Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated writes another year in the sands of time, I had the opportunity to reflect on a quote by Carter G. Woodson that said, "Those who have no record of what their forebears have accomplished lose the inspiration which comes from the teaching of history." Just as the knowledge of your family history is essential, so is knowledge of our organization. In order to embrace the extraordinary, we must be knowledgeable of the rich history that each year has been built on, to what we know now as Zeta Phi Beta sorority. Can you imagine the plethora of people who have been and will be impacted by the dreams of our 5 triumphant founders? They had a dream to form an organization that was different. They launched an organization that would cement lifelong friendships, set academic standards, transform communities through volunteer services, and set precedents in the Greek letter world as Zeta's history unfolded. Founders Day is a great opportunity for us to celebrate the past and look forward to the future, embracing the extraordinary things to come. As we embark on our 103rd year, we celebrate our friends of Zeta Amikai, who have survived the test of time for 75 years and remain unconditionally friends to Zeta. 75 years of life membership and 75 years of the establishment of a Zeta graduate chapter in Monrovia, Liberia, Africa. This year, we also celebrate the year of the International Woman, advocating for health justice by embracing the swell, providing service, worldwide wellness, extraordinary leadership, and legacy. From the unconquerable South Central region, we wish you a happy 103rd Founders Day.
Greetings. I am Sororetta Washington McCoy, Regional Director of the Mighty Southern Region. It is my pleasure to greet you on behalf of the Zeta members, Amikai friends, and youth auxiliaries from the states of West Texas, East Texas, and Louisiana. As I reflect on our 103-year history, I am honored to pay tribute to the 5 courageous collegiate women who, with fervor in their hearts, stepped away from the norm and established a different type of sorority. On this day, I am inspired by their intentionality to ensure that our presence was felt in communities where our service would be most impactful. And I am moved at how the mighty Southern region has been an integral part of our history that contains many firsts. One such first that is top of mind for me this year is Theta Chapter at Wiley College. Theta Chapter was the first chapter established south of the Mason-Dixon line and the first chapter of any Black sorority to organize a collegiate chapter in Texas. We are beaming with pride and excitement as Theta Chapter will celebrate its centennial this year, and we look forward to celebrating with them. 2023 will be an exciting year for Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated as we turn our focus to the year of the International Woman and advocate for health justice. Our international president and CEO, Dr. Stacy N.C. Grant, has charged us with embracing the swell, and I am thrilled that I get to lead our region as we provide service, worldwide wellness, extraordinary leadership, and legacy. The mighty Southern region is ready to answer the grant's charge through an intentional focus on civic and social engagement. Our members will be equipped with the tools, techniques, and resources to effectively elevate our voices and advocate for health equity in our communities and beyond. And I cannot end without sharing how delighted we are to celebrate the 75th anniversary of our Zeta Amikai. Founded in 1948 under the direction of triumphant past international president Lulelia Walker Harrison, our Zeta Amikai have consistently supported the programs and initiatives of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. They have been an integral part of promoting the mission and vision of our beloved sisterhood. The mighty Southern region is looking forward to celebrating 75 years of friendship with our Amikai during our Southern Regional Leadership Conference, and we invite you to join us in June. So with that, my sisters and my friends, I say Happy Founders Day from the mighty Southern region, where we are engaged, equipped, and empowered to embrace the extraordinary.
Zeta is more than an organization. It's a movement. At our core, we have a desire to provide true service, to embrace scholarship, to set a standard for sisterly love, and to define the noble concept of finer womanhood. This belief has sustained and encouraged Zetas around the world to hold fast to the ideals initiated and developed by our earliest members. Help me welcome International Third Vice President, Chambray Coulter Carmen.
Greetings, I am Chambray Coulter Carmen, the International Third Vice President of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. 103 years ago, at Howard University, on the finest Friday of January 16, 1920, 5 zealous, extraordinary, trailblazing, awe-inspiring women, Arizona Cleaver Simmons, Pearl Anna Neal, Viola Tyler Goings, Myrtle Tyler Faithful, and Fannie Petty Watts came together to create our outstanding organization. Our 5 pearls came together with a vision to create a space for Black women to excel in their academic endeavors, to bring exemplary service to their communities, to foster sisterly love with other like-minded women, and to live out their lives to the highest standards of finer womanhood. This vision was sparked by our constitutionally bound brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, brothers Charles Robert Samuel Taylor and Abram Langston Taylor. Brother Charles took Founder Arizona on a walk one day and asked her about creating a sister organization to Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Founder Arizona took on that task and found our founders. These were all collegiate women coming together to create our sorority. Being an international undergraduate officer, I am blessed to be able to carry on the legacy that our founders created and to help lead the undergraduate members of this organization in a way that our founders can be proud of. I love being a part of this organization and having the privilege to be an international officer with the support of such amazing women. We are what our pearls dreamt of and so much more. To be celebrating 103 years is an amazing accomplishment I am so honored and proud to be a part of. I'm excited to embrace the extraordinary as we continue to do the work of Zeta. Happy Founders Day to my sorors of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. I cannot wait to see the infinite amount of accomplishments that are to come.
Hi, I'm Karen Boykin-Towns, a 1994 initiate of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated and proud member of Beta Nu Zeta in Greensboro, North Carolina. I am so excited to greet you as the Vice Chair of one of our sisterhood's longest standing partners, the NAACP, on this exciting occasion. As I accept the charge from our International President, Dr. Stacy N.C. Grant, to embrace the swell, service, worldwide wellness, extraordinary leadership and legacy, we remain committed to our cause of ending structural racism and race-based discrimination. From police brutality to COVID-19 to voter suppression, Black communities are under attack. For almost 114 years, we, the NAACP, have fought to disrupt inequality and accelerate change in the key areas, including criminal justice, healthcare, education, climate, and the economy. Together, we'll continue to build toward a world where the Black community can thrive in 2023 and beyond. On behalf of our NAACP Chairman of the Board, Leon W. Russell, President Derek Johnson, members, advocates, supporters across this great country, I salute you on this, our 103rd Founders Day.
From the time of our triumphant founder, Arizona Cleaver Stemmons, we have been led by finer women of distinction. Our president is responsible for leading the organization. So let's take time to honor the leaders of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Good evening. I am Sydney Kamlager-Dove, U.S. Representative for California's 37th Congressional District and 1994 initiate of the Gamma Lambda chapter of Zeta Phi Beta Incorporated at the University of Southern California. I am so excited to greet you as a member of the 118th Congress on this auspicious occasion. as I accept the charge from our international president, Dr. Stacy N.C. Grant, to embrace the swell, service, worldwide wellness, extraordinary leadership, and legacy. I stand committed to serving this great nation and our sisterhood by being a leader in the continued fight for reproductive justice and health care for all. I will be unapologetic in preserving our legacy by supporting legislation like the expansion of the Voting Rights Act, criminal justice reform, and job creation, as well as initiatives that will facilitate innovative investment and housing for all. Sorors, the hill just got finer, and I can't wait to greet you in September during our Zeta Day here at the nation's capital. So on behalf of my colleagues here in Washington, D.C., I salute you on our 103rd Founders Day.
Happy Founders Day to the women of Zeta Phi Beta, keepers of the enduring motto based on community and action, a 100-year legacy of sisterhood, scholarship, and service, a proud tradition that enriches every part of American life, including the work of this administration. As soon as we came to office, Kamala and I asked the leaders of the Divine Nine to join us at the table. So I want to say to all of you, here's another century of embodying the hope, the joy, and the promise of our nation.
"2023, the year of the International Woman, serving and advocating for health justice at home and abroad. Embrace the swell, where service meets worldwide wellness, extraordinary leadership, and legacy. As we celebrate our 103 years of finer womanhood, we're only 6 months into the full embrace of the extraordinary. While on day one, we began to embrace your feedback and excitement for the future, we took time to focus during this adjustment phase on setting department standards, getting leaders aligned, and strategically positioning ourselves to grasp the theme for this year: the International Woman serving and advocating for health justice at home and abroad. Traveling around the country these last 6 months and physically embracing so many of you, I have seen firsthand all that you have been doing, leaning in post this pandemic and all the demands that have come with it. While we are listening and watching and learning on how to move forward in this new normal, I am thrilled to actually feel the excitement as you join me in the momentum of change. There's a new charge moving through the air in our sisterhood, and I want us all to experience it. With that, my dear Soras, as I bring you this heartfelt Founders Day greeting, we're providing an exciting opportunity to mobilize service as we celebrate not only our 103rd Founders Day, but as we remember the late, great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. as his day of remembrance falls on January 16th this year. We are focusing our efforts for this global day of service on the Liberia Cancer Resource Initiative, LCRI. This will allow us to maintain the awareness and support to fight against breast and cervical cancer across the world. Our focus this year will be in Liberia, where the causes of women in death tolls are over 40% due to cancer. In Liberia, West Africa, and other neighboring nations, there is no dedicated cancer treatment for over 52 million in population. And while breast and cervical cancers are preventable and curable, Liberian women tend to suffer more, largely due to the lack of essential prevention, screening, and treatment services. Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, in collaboration with Delta Iota Zeta Chapter and the Liberia Cancer Resource Initiative, will provide breast and cervical exams for women with an additional financial support for treatment when required. On average, these exams are $91 per woman and over $1,700 for treatment. We aim to raise at least $100,000 both internally and externally to support the efforts of health justice in Liberia. This Global Day of Service initiative is also a reminder of our upcoming upcoming milestone, where Delta Iota Zeta chapter, which was chartered in 1948, will celebrate its 75th anniversary, signifying that we were the first National Panhellenic Council organization on the continent of Africa. As we go out and serve together, let's embrace the extraordinary one step further and aim this Founders Day to have our service focus on worldwide wellness, extraordinary leadership, and legacy as we walk in the footsteps of our 5 triumphant pearls. Torches up, my Soras, as we continue to do the work that we have been known for as the premier service organization on the planet. Our health justice focus will allow us to expand our work here in the continental United States and remember to link arms and aims with our sisters abroad. We can do this together as we embrace the swell and create change. Torches up, my sorors, and happy Founders Day.
It has been a pleasure to serve as your mistress of ceremony today. I've had a great time as we all continue to embrace the swell, service, worldwide wellness, and of course, extraordinary leadership and legacy. As sisters in this great organization, we will keep the vision of our honorable founders at the forefront of all we do. Special thank you to everyone who has made this year's global virtual celebration possible. Our headquarters team, Founders Day Committee, and all of you lovely women of finer womanhood, as we continue to live the legacy set forth by our 5 pearls. Let's always remember, we are because they were. See ya.
With